At the outset, I congratulate Mr. Shyam Swarup for organizing this national conference on Right to Information Act. I am Dr. Ravindranath from Central Ministry of Himachal Pradesh, Dharamshala. My topic of presentation is on Right to Information Act, empowering the fabric of society. Information is power for development. For this reason, the right to information is an important human right. As many other rights, there are preconditions related to economic, social, cultural, and political development for realizing the right to information. With regard to participatory development, social sciences consider that participatory democracy is the baseline of participatory development. In this context, RTI is a broad approach to get an integrated development in any developing society. The concept of the right to information is based on the concept of freedom of information. Freedom of information means intellectual freedom. Both intellectual freedom and right to information are human rights which protect human life and human development. In order to have full democracy, all members of society should be able to participate in the decision-making process, and for this reason, they need the right to information. Unless there is a true democracy in a country, the problem of the right to information cannot be fully solved. It empowers the citizen to have clear and comprehensive information, and that empowers the fabric of society. At the beginning of the 21st century, marked with the developments made in the field of information and communication technologies, the primary role of the information is to equip the citizens to make the informed choices. Information is lifeblood that sustains political, social, and business decisions. What is knowledge society? The world is moving towards knowledge society. Without information, the citizens cannot move towards the knowledge society. It may pertain to quality, quantity, standard, price of products, services that are needed to make an informed decision. The Right to Information Act, passed by the Indian Parliament in the year 2005, it's a landmark for good governance. Especially the poor and the underprivileged get their dues from the government. It is a most potent tool to empower ordinary citizens and to combat state corruption. It plays an important and active role in participatory democracy. Drafted by civil society, the law is unique in the sense that it has been the result of years of struggle by civil society, NGOs, and media, and cross-section of society. US President Barack Obama, in his address to Indian Parliament on November 8, 2010, said, "Your landmark right to Information Act is empowering citizens with the ability to get the services to which they are entitled and to hold officials accountable." In a landmark judgment, the Supreme Court of India gave the people have a right to know every public act, everything that is done in a public way by their public functionaries. Disclosure of government information is governed by the law enacted during the colonial time issued the Official Secret Act of 1889, which is last amended in 1923. Though the intent of the law was to secure information related to only security of the state, sovereignty, and relations with foreign states, it contained provisions which could make it a crime to disclose even non-classified information. In 1964, Central Civil Services conduct rules by prohibiting government servants from communicating any official document to anyone without authorization. This poor flow of information is compounded by two factors. One is low literacy levels, second is absence of effective communication tools and processes. If we look at the current global trends, there have been almost unstoppable global trend in recent years towards the recognition of the right to information by countries. It upholds the inherent dignity of all human beings. It is essential for questions of accountability, good governance, thereby empowers the fabric of society. More than 15, 40 countries across the world have comprehensive laws to facilitate access to state records, and more than 30 are in the process of enacting such legislation. If you look at the RTI movement in India, the pioneering steps were taken by the Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sanghat, which has fought for transparency and corruption. This led into the movement of National Campaign for People's Rights to Information. It draws the cross-section of society from all walks of life. The Press Council of India made the first major draft legislation on the right to information in the year 1996. The draft provided the right of every citizen to information from any public body. The draft also provided for penalty clauses for defaulting authorities. Finally, in the year 1997, a conference of chief ministers resolved that central and state governments would work together on transparency and the right to information. The center agreeing to take immediate steps to introduce freedom of information legislation and amendments to the Official Secret Act and the Indian Evidence Act before the end of 1997. With the establishment of computerized information centers and accessibility to provide information to the public on essential services and speeding up ongoing efforts to computerize governments. Operations such as land records, passport applications, investigations of offences, administration of justice, tax collection, and permit and license issues are in the public domain. It helps in citizen-government partnership in carrying out programs for the welfare of the people to empower the society. RTI enabled the people to participate in economic and political process through a dialogue between people and the government. The Act came into effect on 13 October 2005. It is applicable to all constitutional authorities, including the executive, legislative, and judiciary, except J&K due to special status. In a landmark decision on November 30, 2006, the Central Information Commission reaffirmed that privatized public utility companies continue to be within the RTI Act. The Act specifies that citizens have a right to request any information, they can take copies of documents, they can inspect documents, works and records, they can take certified samples of materials or work, and can obtain information in form of printouts, floppy disks, tapes, video cassettes, or in any other electronic format. It is the Public Information Officer's responsibility to ensure that the information is obtained from the appropriate departments or sections. The Act specified a time frame for compliance which varies between 30 to 45 days. There are some exemptions for this Act. Information which affect the sovereignty and integrity of India and foreign relations, or lead to incitement of an offence, or information forbidden by court of law. Information which would cause a breach of privilege of Parliament or the state legislature, impede the process of investigation or prosecution of offenders, information containing trade secrets or commercial confidences. RTI Act as a tool for empowerment for the fabric of society taken into consideration during the process. Public right to know how decisions regarding the promotions, postings, and other personal related matters are made in the public domain. The Act allows the opaque system of governance transparent, thereby it empowers the fabric of society. There is a significant shift for Indian democracy for the greater access for the information. the greater the responsiveness of government for the community needs. RTA Act has drastically changed the situation and empowered the majority of the underprivileged sections of society. Several stories are reported in the media also. E-governance helps the citizens to get information quickly. Participatory governance initiatives for the betterment of quality life. The right to information enhances the quality of being a citizen. The right to information strengthens accountability and transparency. People are entitled to know how their money is spent. The onus is on all of us to make the act work. It allows the citizens to assess and examine every government decisions and examine them very clearly. Preamble to the RTA Act says democracy requires an informed citizenry and transparency of information are vital to its functioning and to hold governments accountable, thereby empowers the fabric of society. Human development, which aims at constant improvement of the well-being of the entire population in all ways. The right to information as a human right is a result and product of human development. With regard to reach and access language concern, only 5% in India speak English. Only 30 to 40% in India know Hindi, and 85 to 90% of people speak their own state language. We need to cater to these people and must empower the fabric of society. Government of India should think about this in future. It is unfortunate that Satish Shetty, an activist who used the RTA Act to expose corruption in the city of Pune, was murdered. Anna Hazare, one of the most prominent RTA activists, said that Shetty was killed simply because he used RTA to unearth corruption, which is a social evil. This can cause a serious setback to the RTA movement. This hostility is tangible evidence of an underlying reality. RTA helps to reduce the chance of corruption and abuse of authority by public servants. NGOs, civil society groups must actively participate in the activities of RTA. Then only RTA will empower the fabric of society and we will have transparent democratic society. I thank Mr. Shyam Swarup for giving this opportunity for presenting this e-presentation from Central University of Himachal Pradesh. Thank you very much.